The AndyCine Inkee Gold Crow GC60 is a bicolor LED light with a built-in rechargeable battery. This compact light has quite a few tricks up its sleeve, including the ability to accept Bowens mount modifiers, and today I'm going to tell you all about it. I've been a huge fan of continuous light for my portrait work for a long time now. So when AndyCine reached out to me and asked me to review their new light, I was really excited to give it a try. Now, full disclosure, they had no input on this review and they will see it at the same time that you do. The Inkee Gold Crow CG60 is a compact and powerful bicolor LED light that's capable of constant power output at any color temperature. It has a high CRI index of 95+, and I can tell you firsthand that this light is very bright. Included in the box is a detachable hand grip which doubles as a stand mount and has a 90-degree tilt, a small reflector, a remote control, a charger, and a soft case. The light has a built-in 142 watt-hour battery, which AndyCine says will last about 2 hours at full power, although I found it to be about 2 hours at half to three-quarter power in my studio. The GC60 has a ton of cool features, including fast charging support of approximately 2.5 hours, 100-watt discharging, which means it can be used to charge other devices like your cell phone or your camera, unlimited stitching, which lets you attach multiple lights together to form a large light array, a built-in turbo negative pressure fan, which works to keep the light at normal working temperature, a waterproof body, and even an ingeniously designed collapsible Bowens mount built right into the housing. There's certainly a lot to love about the GC60, so let's start with all of the positives. First, the light is bright, and even in an angular 36-inch parabolic deep octa with a grid, I was able to get enough power to light my portraits and myself for video work, like this video right now. I did a shoot with two of my favorite subjects, my kids, and I used the Gold Crow with the aforementioned angular deep parabolic, and then I used it in a 1x3 strip box. In both cases, I had the light below 50% power, and was able to create a head and shoulders portrait, but also I had no trouble with a full body portrait of my son. Aside from the power of the light, I really like the quality of the light for portraiture. With the light set at 5600 Kelvin, the skin tones rendered very nicely, and there was no strange color cast, which you sometimes get with constant lights. It has a pleasing natural look to it, so this means that this constant light can be an excellent choice for studio portrait work. I also took the light with me to create some musician portraits on location at Rockwood Music Hall. For these images, I used a Joe McNally 24-inch Easy Box, and again, I was very pleased with the quality of the results and the power available from the light. I also like the size of the GC60. It's basically the size of a large water bottle and no thicker, so it's a great traveling light and it can easily fit into your camera bag. Since it has a built-in battery, there's no need to worry about cables, and you can take the light with you pretty much anywhere without too much trouble. Even in my studio, I appreciated not having to deal with power cables as I move the light around to different areas. And the ability to dial in the white balance is another great feature, since you can match the white balance of a specific room for your photos and videos. The GC60 comes with a remote control as well that lets you easily change the brightness, the color temperature, and the various modes. Now, all of this is great, but the part about the light that I love the most is the ability to swing out these little front arms and create a Bowens mount. This is really awesome because all of my current modifiers can now work with the GC60 without adding any more adapters. So I used it with a number of softboxes and reflectors in my studio, and it really worked well. Finally, the light has a simple twist knob located at the rear, which turns it on and off with a few twists and controls all of the functions with a simple spin left or right. You can change the modes by holding the ring at about a quarter turn left or right, but I did find this to be a little bit clunky since you need to wait a few seconds for the light to register the new menu that you're selecting. So overall, I really like the Inkee Gold Crow GC60. There are some drawbacks, though, to the light, which I do want to share. The biggest negative about the light is actually the instruction manual that they include, which is tiny, unclear, and really doesn't provide a lot of help getting you started. For instance, at first I thought that the light was defective because I couldn't get it to charge after it became fully drained. But this is only because you need to use an included 5-volt 1A charger when it's completely dead. If the light has a little bit of juice left, you can use the included rapid charger. So everything works perfectly fine, but I could have saved myself a lot of trouble if the manual had made this really clear. The light is waterproof, which is also great, but it still has an exposed USB-C port with a cover that is removable and easily lost, and unfortunately, I lost the little cover. As I mentioned, I'm not a huge fan of the interface, which gets high marks for usability, but can seem a little bit clunky. This is because you need to do a lot of scrolling of the wheel to turn the light on and off. And I'm not really a fan of the clutch action that you need to use to access the sub-menus, because if you pull it too far, it's not going to access, and then you have to wait a few seconds for it. The included remote, however, does make up for some of the things I don't like about the interface on the light. And the best part is you don't need any apps on your phone to do it. This is just a remote. It works right away, and it's simple. Finally, although the light is made well and feels very, very solid, the attachable hand grip has a bit of play when it's fully tightened. So it wobbles just a touch, and it makes the light feel a little bit less than stable. And when you have a large octa like my 36-inch angler attached, which is a little bit heavy, the Bowens mount connection does have a little bit of play, so the whole thing feels just a touch wobbly. Now, to be clear, I had no issues with anything coming apart or falling off, and I'm using it right now, but I just feel like everything doesn't tighten quite as much as I'd like it to. Now, with my smaller modifiers, I had no issue with it feeling like there was a little bit of play in the attachment. So you'll have no problem there. If you're using a larger modifier, it's just something that you should be aware of. As someone who is a big proponent of continuous light for portraiture, the AndyCine Gold Crow GC60 offers a lot to love. For photographers and videographers on the go, this light represents a lot of power and versatility in an easy to use and small package at a very accessible price of $369 US. And although I do have some minor gripes with the design and the interface, I will definitely be using this light for a lot of my video and my portrait work. And as I mentioned, I'm using the light right now to light this video, and I think it's doing a fabulous job, and I don't have to worry about plugging anything in, so it's very easy to set up and to use. All right, everyone. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you've gotten some useful information out of it. Please do me a favor, make sure you like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, and leave me a comment below. Let me know what you thought about it. It's been a minute since I've released a video. I've been crazy busy, all in good ways, but I'm glad to be back doing it again. And I have some more gear reviews coming up and some more headshot related videos on the horizon, so stay tuned for that. And here's wishing you all just a fabulous, wonderful, beautiful day. Go out and take some awesome pictures, my friends, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.